Now I have materials ready for the second exercise. The exercise we are going to do, I want you to choose some abstract composition that already existed. Good thing is to choose it from some great artists that you like. And we will try to find and create character from this composition. I like this exercise because you already have a composition, a strong one, and you don't have to think about it. You can focus on the character and the story. And of course you have to deal with what you already have. So you need to push your brain to think, to find some solutions. I chosen this composition by Lisitsky and I want to create a character from it. So let's start by looking closely at this composition and try to find a character in it. So what I see here is some circle and a rectangular shape with some triangle shape, several lines, and here's some cross lines. Okay, so the easiest way to find the character is use circle for a head or for a face, or maybe for an eye. At least it's easiest for me. So I see the circle here. So let's imagine this is the head of our character. Don't think of the composition like a final piece. You can rotate it and see maybe this way it will spark some ideas in your mind when you will rotate it. Or like this. I'm gonna stick with this position because in this position, this shape for some reason reminds me of an arm that going upwards. So this is a head and this is an arm. So I like this idea. I think I can draw something interesting from it. So I stick with it and I will just draw these two main shapes. They don't have to be exact like here, just an inspiration. Okay, so I decided this is the head and this is the arm. So why this character is holding his arm up? Maybe he's waving, or maybe he's holding something. So, okay, I think he can hold something. I also have these elements here. So I have this line, and this line here. So it makes sense for me. So if it's a hand, so here's the line for the body, and here can be the line for the leg. So I will draw a leg here. Okay, so if this is one leg and this is the arm, where's the other leg? So I think I will make him standing on a knee. Now I have a character standing on a knee. And he's holding something in his hand. So what he can hold? So looking at these shapes, I think I can create an artist. He can hold a pencil. So let's draw a pencil. Maybe eyes here, maybe his eyes is closed and he's dedicated to holding his pencil up, but he's missing the other hand. So where the other hand goes? I think it will be nice to put it on a knee. I don't like this part, so I need to redraw it. I will finish my sketch and will show you. Okay, so I fine-tuned my sketch. I added nice details like a shirt and buttons and made the posing more precise. And now I want to add some color to it. So I will start with taking my brush pen and tracing some elements. I like the brush pen because you can have a very thin line and very thick line with a lot of texture. Despite that in the original composition I have a black circle, I want my circle, my face, to be red. So I will make it red. I will come back to you when I'm done. I finish with the graphic of my sketch. And if you look at the original composition, you will notice that it has a very bold contrast between black and white, black and gray, and the contrast between very thick shapes, very big shapes, and thin lines. So I wanted to keep it in my sketch. That's why I used some more thick lines, like here and on the leg, and some thinner lines on other elements. I decided it is fun to have one leg black and the other white, especially considering this leg is behind, so it makes sense for me to make it darker. And also I decided to use pencil in some places to balance the composition and add some textures. I find this exercise very useful because you are working with some great compositions from great artists, so you don't have to redo composition. But it's very nice to push your brain to find character in this composition. And of course, when your sketch is ready, take a look at it and think of maybe something is very nice in it. And maybe you want to keep something for yourself for some of your next works. For example, the pose, or the rhythm, or the contrast between some parts of some body elements. In the next exercise, we're going to try to fit our character into specific shape. In this exercise, I will show you how restrictions are best friends of the creativity. A great way to explore how character can look is to try and fit it into some specific shape. In this way, you force yourself to create some new ways of picturing a body. The perfect example is when I worked for the Coca-Cola company to create illustrations for Coca-Cola cans. I have a very strict brief with a restriction of the size. So the illustration have to be very tall. And it was a challenge to fit some characters in that tall shapes. But that's why I think they came out so interesting. So for this exercise, we will need to choose a letter. You can choose any letter you want. Maybe it's a first letter of your name or surname. And we will need to fit a character into the letter and character inspired by this letter. So I will draw the letter Y. That is the first letter of my surname. Now I need to fit a character into this letter. So Think of the letter not as a letter, but as a shape. You can rotate it. Okay, maybe it's better for you to decide how thick your letter can be and draw it once again. So now when you know the thickness, let's move to the other sheet. So I will look at this shape and think, what can I fit into the letter Y? Let's think of a yappy. I tried to find some possible body parts in this shape. For example, maybe I can put head here or here. Then it will be two hands going upwards. And here can be legs. But maybe if I rotate it, I can have another perspective. Maybe this is the legs and this is the torso. So let's put head here. I can put head inside a letter if I want, or just draw it outside. That's both okay. And make this. By giving them truth, now we know their legs. Now we have a head and we have a legs. So where are the arms? I will try to fit arms inside the letter. So maybe this yappy is looking at his phone. So then here is the hands. And I will add some nice details. I will add him head and the costume. The character is ready. Now, when you experimented with alternative approaches to character design, let's think of the movement and dynamics.